In the annals of sports history, few names resonate with the power and majesty of Michael Jordan, a legend whose influence transcended the basketball court and reshaped global sports culture. Born on February 17, 1963, Jordan's journey from a promising young talent to a global icon is a testament to unparalleled dedication, relentless skill, and an unyielding will to win. His collegiate career at the University of North Carolina culminated in an NCAA championship victory in 1982, a pivotal moment that foreshadowed the extraordinary greatness to come on the professional stage. By 1984, Jordan was named the National Player of the Year, solidifying his status as the most coveted prospect entering the NBA draft. Joining the Chicago Bulls as the third overall draft pick in 1984, he quickly transformed the struggling franchise and ignited a new era for the entire league. His incredible scoring ability and defensive prowess, combined with his gravity-defying leaps, earned him the iconic nicknames Air Jordan and his airness, captivating audiences worldwide. Initially, the formidable Detroit Pistons posed a significant challenge, a physical roadblock that Jordan's relentless drive and competitive fire eventually broke through. He led the Bulls to their first NBA title in 1991, a monumental victory that marked the beginning of an unprecedented era of dominance. This was followed by consecutive championships in 1992 and 1993, achieving a historic three-peat that cemented their place as one of the greatest teams in sports history. Jordan's individual accolades during this period were staggering, including multiple NBA Finals MVP awards, regular season MVP awards, scoring titles, and all-defensive first-team honors. His complete dominance on both ends of the court showcased a rare blend of offensive firepower and defensive tenacity. In 1993, citing exhaustion from the relentless pursuit of greatness, Jordan made a surprising decision to retire from basketball and pursue a career in minor league baseball. However, the undeniable allure of the hardwood proved too strong, and he made a triumphant return to the NBA in 1995, declaring, "I'm back." His second act with the Bulls was even more spectacular, leading them to another three-peat from 1996 to 1998, solidifying his legendary status. The 1995-96 season stands out as particularly remarkable, with the Bulls achieving an incredible 72-10 regular season record, a testament to their collective greatness and Jordan's leadership. Jordan secured his fourth MVP award that year and guided the Bulls to victory over the Seattle Supersonics in the NBA Finals, adding another chapter to his storied career. Game 6 of the 1996 NBA Finals was especially poignant, occurring on Father's Day, marking his first championship since his father's passing, a deeply emotional triumph. He briefly returned to the court with the Washington Wizards from 2001 to 2003, demonstrating his enduring love for the game, even if no longer at his absolute peak. Jordan's influence extends far beyond statistics. He revolutionized athlete branding and endorsement deals, most notably with Nike and the iconic Air Jordan line, creating a global phenomenon. His competitive spirit and unwavering dedication to excellence continue to inspire generations of athletes and fans worldwide, setting a benchmark for aspiring professionals. Jordan's impact on the NBA's global popularity is undeniable, transforming basketball from a national sport into a truly worldwide phenomenon. Memorable moments like the flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals, where he battled illness to deliver a heroic performance, and his game-winning shot against the Cleveland Cavaliers in 1989 are forever etched in history. His performance with the legendary Dream Team at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics further solidified his international legend, showcasing American basketball dominance. Jordan's career statistics are astounding, with a regular season scoring average of 30.1 points per game and a playoff average of 33.4 points per game, both NBA records that stand as testaments to his scoring prowess. After retiring from basketball, he transitioned into team ownership, first with the Charlotte Bobcats, now Hornets, and later with 23XI Racing in NASCAR, continuing his competitive spirit in new arenas. Documentaries and films, such as The Last Dance, offer deep insights into his career, personal struggles, and profound impact on basketball and popular culture. Recently, Jordan voiced his perspective on load management, emphasizing a player's responsibility to compete when physically able, a reflection of his own unwavering commitment. His influence on sports culture is profound. His athleticism, skill, and competitive spirit captivated fans globally, transcending generations and geographical boundaries. Michael Jordan set a new standard for excellence, inspiring countless athletes to strive for greatness and leaving an indelible mark on the world, forever changing the game of basketball.
He doesn't throw a big party. His celebration is enraged. The Viking striker who made goal-scoring a rallying cry was Erling Haaland. His goals are like thunder reverberating through football stadiums all across the world. Not only is Haaland revolutionizing football, but he is also conquering it with fire in his boots and ice in his veins. He is large, swift, vicious, and entirely intent on destroying records, expectations, and defenses. This is more than just a football player's narrative, since it takes place from a little Norwegian village to the greatest arenas in the Premier League. It's a Viking saga designed with goals in mind. Erling Haaland, the striker designed for chaos, accuracy, and grandeur, is on the rise. History and early life. In July 2000, Erling Braut Haaland was born in Leeds, England. At the time, his father, Alf Inge Haaland, was a football player for Leeds United in the Premier League. Erling's path was forged via obsession and dedication. It wasn't handed to him, even though football was already in his blood. Erling was raised in the tiny town of Bryn after his family moved back to Norway. His extraordinary attention started to develop there. He was always the most diligent child on the field, even if he wasn't the loudest or most showy. Haaland was out training, running up hills, performing strength exercises, and learning how the world's top athletes trained, while the majority of youngsters slept in. His role model was Cristiano Ronaldo. Haaland imitated his recuperation, eating, and sleeping patterns. He thought of his body as a machine that needed to be adjusted to be outstanding. He made his senior debut for Bryn FK at the age of 15. His coaches described him as different. They witnessed extraordinary speed, raw power, and a mind that was entirely focused on getting better. Haaland had no aspirations for notoriety or admirers. Goals were the only thing he desired, and he would do whatever it took to acquire them. Dortmund and Salzburg breakout. Haaland's journey took a significant turn in 2019. He joined Red Bull Salzburg, one of the most dynamic youth teams in Europe. It was not long before the world became aware of him. A hat trick was scored by Haaland in his Champions League debut. He made sure everyone knew that the Norwegian youth had arrived. With 8 goals in 6 games at the end of the group stage, he was among the competition's leading scorers. He was nearly unstoppable due to his size, speed, and accuracy. Defenders were unable to keep up. Goalies were unable to respond quickly enough. The big move to Borussia Dortmund came next. The Bundesliga. Greater expectations, greater attention, and a more competitive league. It didn't matter. Haaland scored 41 goals in 41 games during his debut season. He gained notoriety for his lethal effectiveness. Just a single touch, just one shot, one objective. Haaland wasn't a fancy football player. He was a brutal football player. He was clinical, straightforward, and frighteningly reliable. He didn't spend time on showboating or stunts. His game was based on execution and simplicity. He was a striker who needed little effort to overwhelm defenders. Every objective seemed inescapable. Each game was like a hunt. Because everyone understood that this child wasn't normal, the biggest teams in Europe soon began to show interest. Domination in the Premier League and Manchester City. Erling Haaland joined Manchester City in 2022. The transfer rocked the world of football. Supporters questioned how he would fit with Pep Guardiola's intricate scheme. Could a striker with such instincts and directness flourish under a technical coach like that? The response was quicker than anyone had anticipated. Haaland broke every record in his first season in the Premier League. 36 goals in the league. The Champions League has 12 more. 52 overall throughout all competitions. He accomplished it with a startling ease. Manchester City dominated, not simply won. They accomplished an unprecedented treble, the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Champions League, with Haaland leading the way. And in the middle of it all was Haaland, a Viking at the vanguard. Mythology and mentality. Haaland's mentality is what really sets him apart from the others. Not only his physical attributes or finishing, he is disciplined like a monk. He practices meditation daily. He keeps an eye on his breathing, pulse rate, and sleep habits. He doesn't speak to make an impression. He speaks to get an advantage. Every response and gesture is composed, in control, and self-assured. And his picture? It is directly from Norse mythology. His tall body, piercing blue eyes, and long blonde hair give him the appearance of a Viking warrior resurrected. Although he is referred to by fans as the Terminator, he feels more like a living embodiment of a legend, a contemporary Thor holding a football. Haaland is more than just a goal scorer. Each chapter of the myth he writes is louder than the one before it. History and prospects. Even though Erling Haaland is just beginning his journey, his legacy is already beginning to take shape. He has become as one of the most dreaded strikers in contemporary football in a matter of seasons. He isn't trying to get attention. He is followed by the spotlight. Additionally, as football develops, his presence serves as a reminder that, in a culture that is fixated on flair, sheer power, discipline, and focus still triumph. The Viking striker will not be taking part. He is here to win. And he gets closer to immortality with each goal he scores. Erling Haaland's journey from a child from a little hamlet in Brine to a world-renowned figure at Manchester City is quite remarkable. He is the epitome of destiny, dominance, and discipline. He not only plays football, but excels at it. His tale is not yet complete. One objective at a time, it is currently being written. And if history has taught us anything, it's that the world should be on guard when a Viking sets his sights on glory. This is the Viking striker, Erling Haaland. Designed with objectives in mind, designed to be exceptional, designed to dominate. For more amazing sports experiences like this one, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and enable notifications if you like this story. Don't miss the beginning of the story of the next legend. He doesn't just run. He does a show. It's not only about the timer when Noah Lyles gets onto the track, it's also about the show. He has lightning in his legs and rhythm in his soul, and he's changing what it means to be quick. His walk is like poetry. His end is strength. And his being there? Energy that is pure. Noah Lyles isn't just going for gold. He's going for moments. He brought style back to running and made the 200 meters his own stage. His trip is more than just a race, from Florida's warm tracks to the world's biggest arenas. It's a narrative about being strong, creative, and believing in yourself no matter what. This is the emergence of a man who runs not only to win, but also to say something. This is the story of Noah Lyles, a sprinter who made running fast appear like art. Life and problems in the beginning. Noah Lyles was born in Gainesville, Florida on July 18, 1997. He was born to run. Kevin and Keisha Kane Lyles, his parents, were both track and field athletes. Noah's childhood, on the other hand, was not easy. He had asthma, which made it hard for him to breathe, even when he was just playing. He also had ADHD, which made it hard for him to pay attention in school. He wasn't very peaceful, but he was really creative. Noah liked to dance, listen to music, and do art. He wasn't scared to stand out. That spirit gave him superpowers. Every failure made him more determined. He learned how to use his anger as fuel. When he found sprinting, everything fell into place. Running became his way to let off steam and get into a groove. The cacophony went away on the track, and the world made sense. In high school, people started to notice how fast he was. He won state championships, set records, and got a lot of attention from the media. Noah Lyles became a professional athlete in 2016 when he was only 19 years old. The child who used to have trouble staying focused had found his path, and the world was about to see what he could achieve. Breakthrough and the world stage. Noah Lyles became famous all around the world at the World Athletics Championships in Doha in 2019. He won the 200 meters by a wide margin, finishing in 19.83 seconds. It wasn't just his speed that mattered. It was also his presence, the self-assurance, the showmanship, the hue of his hair, the smile that made the camera flash. Noah didn't simply win races, he owned them. He didn't want to be like Usain Bolt. He aspired to be the first Noah Lyles, and that way of thinking changed everything. It felt like a show every time I raced. He'd posture like an anime hero, dance at the starting line, and party with the audience. Fans could feel that energy. It was real, raw, and happy. But underneath that charm was a lot of discipline. Noah worked harder than ever, making sure that every step of his stride was perfect. He learned about biomechanics, nutrition, and how to recuperate. He pictured every race all the way to the last step. Lance Brauman, his instructor, pushed him to turn his innate talent into skill. People saw the smile, but it was built on hard work, study, and giving up. That year, Noah ran the 200 meters faster than any other man since Bolt. But he wasn't happy with it. He recognized that being great wasn't only about winning. It was about leaving a legacy. Records, rivalries, and getting back on track. Noah Lyles did something amazing in 2022. He broke Michael Johnson's long-standing American record by running the 200 meters in 19.31 seconds. It was the third fastest time ever. He pointed to the clock as he got closer to the finish line. He already knew. That moment became famous, not only because of the record, but also because it was classic Noah. Confident but classy. But not every step of his journey has been a win. Noah had his heart broken at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. He came in third place in the 200 meters. That bronze seemed weighty for a man who had always wanted gold. He cried after the race. Cameras recorded him crying, but not because he was weak. He was letting go. Later, he talked about how hard it was for him to deal with depression, treatment, and the mental toll of being an outstanding athlete. That truth changed everything. People saw not just an athlete, but a person. His weakness made his comeback even stronger. He didn't only have speed when he went back on the track. He had a goal. Every step was a message. Even the fastest man in the world has fights you can't see. Message and mental health. Noah Lyles become one of the most outspoken athletes about mental health. He talks openly about treatment, drugs, and how important it is to ask for help. He has proved that expressing your story is a sign of strength, not burying your grief. Many young athletes were motivated to speak up because he was brave. Lyles isn't just about the message. He's also about the art of self-expression. He has made racing a way to express his creativity. He picks out what to wear on race day. He tries out different hairstyles. He goes by the name Nojo18 when he plays music. His Instagram seems more like a portfolio for an artist than a feed for a runner. Noah thinks that sports should be fun. It should be able to say what it wants. "When I run, I feel free," he once said. "I feel alive when I express myself." That's how he thinks. For him, running isn't about being afraid of losing. It's about the exhilaration of flying. That way of thinking makes him different from everyone else on the track. He isn't attempting to run faster than anyone else. He's attempting to do better than he did before. Past and future. Noah Lyles isn't only trying to break records. He's racing to make a difference. He is changing what it means to be a modern athlete. Strong, vocal, innovative, and unabashedly different. He has shown that you may be both strong and weak, both caring and competitive. His legacy isn't simply how quickly he runs, it's also how deeply he connects with people. He has inspired a new generation to pursue greatness on their own terms and to think that being unique and being great may go hand in hand. He has proved that you don't have to follow the rules to make history. You can break them and yet win gold. One thing is certain as the Paris Olympics and beyond get closer. Noah Lyles is still going up. He's trying to break the world record. He is looking for happiness. He's looking for freedom. Noah Lyles doesn't only run fast. He flies high, with speed, soul, and style. Noah Lyles shows that excellence can take various forms. It's not just the medals, it's the movement, the message, and the significance behind every step. He has showed us that you can run quickly and still have time to encourage other people. If you like this tale about art, resilience, and an unbreakable spirit, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell symbol so you never miss a story about the most remarkable sportsman in the world. Noah Lyles is leading the way because the race for greatness never ends. He didn't come into the world as a star. He made himself into one. Rohit Sharma's narrative is about timing, patience, and quiet strength. He went from being a quiet youngster in the outskirts of Mumbai to the captain of Team India. Discipline shows in every shot, every inning, and every choice. He doesn't yell. He doesn't brag. But the stadium holds its breath when he walks to the crease, because they know that when Rohit gets rolling, bowlers have no more ideas. This is the hitman's code, a narrative of cool rage and perfect class. The start of a dream. On April 30th, 1987, Rohit Gurunath Sharma was born in Bansod, Nagpur. His childhood was not easy at all. His father was a caretaker for a transportation firm, and his mother operated the house with little money. There wasn't much money. Rohit resided with his grandparents in Borivali, a northern suburb of Mumbai, to make things easier. That little change made a big difference. Cricket wasn't only a game in Borivali, it was a way of life. There was a youngster with a bat on every small street, and dreams were waiting to take flight in every park. Rohit started going to a small cricket camp run by coach Dinesh Ladd when he was 11. Ladd recognized right away that something was special. Rohit's timing was right. He was quite patient. He never seemed rushed, even at that age. He possessed a special ability to be calm in the middle of pandemonium. Ladd told him to go to Swami Vivekanand International School, which is known for its intense cricket training. Rohit obtained a scholarship because his family couldn't pay the expenses. That school was like a temple to him. Every practice and every net session made him the player he would become. He started off as a youngster with loose pants playing in the sun in Mumbai. He then changed into a cricketer with a goal. 2. Rise to the top. Rohit's domestic cricket career was hard effort and quiet perseverance. He excelled in under-19 tournaments with consistent runs. His composure under pressure impressed the selectors. He joined India's under-19 team soon. 2007 changed his life forever. Rohit Sharma debuted for India in the ICC T20 World Cup. Pressure was immense. Rohit didn't hesitate. His mature innings against South Africa included an important 50 that helped India advance. His one performance established his worth. Indian cricket was revolutionized by the IPL. Rohit joined Deccan Chargers in 2008. His calmness and clean hitting set him apart. But when he joined the Mumbai Indians, things changed. Not just a batsman, becomes leader. In 2013, Rohit became Mumbai Indians captain. 3. One-day cricket master. Cricket history bolds Rohit Sharma, only man with 3 one-day international double century. Not lucky, great idea. ODI cricket's greatest individual score was 264 versus Sri Lanka. He bats with precision and power. He starts slowly, examines the bowlers, and then shifts gears mechanically. He switches between defending patiently and gracefully throwing the ball over the stands. Rohit doesn't swing wild. Sixes are clean. His timing is excellent. He stays balanced, reads the ball early, and spots spaces like a surgeon. His batting is like art. He changed the role of limited overs openers, builds instead of rushing. 4. The new era leader. Rohit Sharma became a complete leader by 2021. Many saw his appointment as India's white ball captain as a natural progression. In 2022, he led India in all formats. Not yelling orders is his leadership style. Reading the game, comprehending moments, and following instincts are key. Rohit knows when to press, retreat, and allow his players breathe. Young people gain confidence from him. Experience is trusted. His strategy is long-term. Under his leadership, India found its direction. He prioritized team balance and smart tactics. Rohit thinks like a chess master, switching bowlers and setting attacking fields. 5 Hitman's philosophy. Rohit Sharma's not flashy. He focuses. Rohit stays quiet and lets his bat speak in a noisy world. Not seeking stardom. He seeks perfection. He is called Hitman for his precision, not force. Striking at the right time, place, and repeatedly is key. Rohit appears calm, but sharp. Most people interpret situations slower than him. In an IPL final or World Cup match, he can build pressure without losing control. He inspired a generation of young cricketers to feel confidence doesn't have to be loud. He stated, "You can't plan success. You can only plan effort." That line defines him. Every record, win, and accomplishment required strategy, practice, and patience. Rohit left more than runs and records. He transformed India's leadership view. He proved a captain can be cool and decisive. Aggression need not be loud. Silent grandeur can rock the world. 6. The legacy goes on. Rohit Sharma is one of the best cricketers in the world right now. His narrative is still being told. Every time he steps up to bat, you get the sense that something extraordinary is going to happen. Millions of people are still inspired by his method, thinking, and leadership. Young players now watch his innings to learn how to be patient. Coaches show him how to time things by showing him his footwork. Fans look to him for hope. He is more than simply a cricketer. He is a role model for hard work, humility, and doing things well. Rohit's path from a tiny boy in Borivali to captain of India shows that dreams come true if you work hard. The code of the hitman lives on. Rohit Sharma's rule is to be calm, stay sharp, and keep striking. He doesn't let stress get to him. He uses it to help him stay focused. His job teaches one thing: timing isn't only about the ball, it's about life. Knowing when to wait, when to attack, and when to lead. Rohit Sharma's story isn't over yet. 1 6, 1 win, and 1 smile at a time, the next chapter is still being written. If you like this article about the Hitman, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future great sports stories like this one. No one else throws like him. Passes without looking, rockets that are off balance, deep shots that are impossible to miss. Not only did Patrick Mahomes play football, he changed it. You can sense something electric every time he steps on the field. It's not luck, it's mastery. Mahomes has gone from being a kid with a baseball arm to the face of the NFL. He is now the embodiment of creative dominance. He revolutionized the way quarterbacks play and how fans watch the game. This isn't simply another story about sports. The man who turned chaos into choreography is becoming a modern legend. This is the story of Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback who changed the way football is played. Roots in early life. On September 17, 1995, Patrick LeVon Mahomes II was born in Tyler, Texas. Pat Mahomes, his father, was a professional baseball pitcher who played in the major leagues. Patrick grew up around athletes, strategy, and competition. As a child, he watched his dad train, travel, and get ready for major games. That way of life taught him discipline at a young age. Patrick was good at more than one sport. He was a star in a lot of sports, including baseball, basketball, and football. He had amazing hand-eye coordination and athletic IQ. Coaches instantly saw that he was unique. He could toss a football farther than any other kid his age. But it wasn't only power, it was also accuracy. Mahomes began to smash records at White House High School. He had an amazing arm and was very sure of himself, but he was also very brave. He threw things that no one else would even try. At Texas Tech, He converted that lack of fear into fireworks, throwing for more than 5,000 yards and 41 touchdowns in one season. Scouts didn't just see promise, they saw a revolution happening. Andy Reid, in particular, saw greatness, NFL breakout and MVP year. It was a risky move for the Kansas City Chiefs to pick Patrick Mahomes 10th overall in 2017. He learned a lot from veteran quarterback Alex Smith during his first year in the NFL. No hurry. Don't worry about it. Study, get ready, and wait. That waiting was worth it. Mahomes became the starting quarterback in 2018, and the NFL altered from the first snap. Only a few other quarterbacks have ever thrown 50 touchdowns and more than 5,000 yards in a single season. He didn't only show off his stats. He did things that didn't make sense. Throwing sidearm through defenders, passes across the field without looking, deep bombs from one leg. He made every game into a highlight reel. He wasn't just showy, he was also smart. Mahomes watched a lot of movies. He knew every defense, every propensity, and every flaw. That year, he was the youngest player in decades to earn the NFL MVP title. He wasn't only a famous person, he was a new kind of quarterback, imaginative, brave, and accurate, winning the Super Bowl and building a dynasty. The following step was fate. Mahomes led the Chiefs to their first Super Bowl win in 50 years in 2020. He was only 24 years old, but he played like a pro, calm, sure of himself, and unbreakable. That victory made him famous all over the world. He didn't stop there. In 2021, he went back to the Super Bowl and won another title in 2023. People will always remember his playoff runs. Down by more than 10? No issue. There is always a way for Mahomes. He is one of the most dangerous players in football history because he can create under pressure, avoid tackles, and hit people. But Mahomes is more than just a list of numbers. He builds culture. The whole Chiefs organization altered because of his leadership. Andy Reid trusted Travis Kelce, and the two of them had great chemistry. Together, they built an offensive scheme that couldn't be stopped, based on inventiveness, communication, and confidence. Mahomes doesn't just throw the ball. He leads by being there. His teammates think he makes everyone feel better. He works harder on his academics. He trains better. And he never puts the blame on others. That's how dynasties start. Training, style, and mindset. Patrick Mahomes plays differently than anyone else because he trains differently. His routines are all about improving his balance, mobility, and reaction time. He throws from strange angles, such off one foot, falling backward, or running sideways. Every drill is like a game in that it is chaotic. He can throw from every platform you can think of. That's why he looks calm even when he's under a lot of stress. He has great wrist control and release speed because he used to play baseball. It's not luck that makes him creative, it's science. He thinks about every throw before he makes it. He constantly gives his team credit. He continues on learning. He continues getting better. He has a simple way of thinking. Stay modest, stay hungry, stay ahead, past and future. Patrick Mahomes is more than simply a quarterback. He is the model for how football will be played in the future. He shows that you can be creative and still be in charge. There is always a player in each generation who changes the game. It's Mahomes in this time. It's not just about his Super Bowls or MVPs that make up his legacy. It's about how he motivates the next generation of players. Young quarterbacks now look at how he throws, how he sees the field, and how he makes decisions. He is the model for both on and off the field. What's the best part? He is still a child, still getting better, still setting new records. The dynasty he's constructing in Kansas City isn't going to stop. It's just getting started. Mahomes has already done tremendous things. But for him, excellence isn't the end of the story. It's a draft that keeps going. Patrick Mahomes doesn't chase after moments. He makes them. He is drafting the future playbook with every throw, every game, and every season. We view football differently now that Patrick Mahomes is around. He made plays that seemed impossible seem easy. He made art out of chaos. and his story is still going on. He is building a dynasty one pass at a time, and the world is watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and set on notifications for more inspiring stories about world-class players who altered the game forever if you like this story about creativity, leadership, and greatness.
If Ousmane can finish what he starts, he will be one, if not the best player in the world.
Ousmane Dembele or Lamine Yamal? Who's going to win?
Dembele.
Too young of a player to be having muscle, soft tissue injuries time and time again. And so it goes back to what Julian was just talking about. You don't take care of yourself, it shows up out on the
Mr.
field.
Ousmane,
And
it's time for the other surgery.
Ousmane Dembele's story is one of talent, pain, and ultimate redemption. It's the journey of a boy from the rough streets of Vernon who was once called a wasted talent, but in 2025 rose to the very top of the football world, lifting the Ballon d'Or as the best player alive. Ousmane Dembele was born on May 15, 1997, in Vernon, France. His father was from Mali, and his mother from Mauritania and Senegal. Money was tight, but the family's bond was strong. From the moment he could walk, Ousmane's life revolved around a football. He played barefoot on rough concrete pitches, dodging stones more than defenders. His mother, Fatimata, was his biggest supporter. She saw something special in him long before anyone else did. She pushed him to stay focused, even when times were hard. As a kid, Ousmane didn't just play football, he studied it. He mimicked Ronaldinho's tricks, watched videos of Neymar, and practiced shooting with both feet. The streets became his training ground, and creativity became his signature. The first breakthrough. At 13,
Sûr, parce que vous marquez aussi de droit. Moi, je suis plus gaucher. Et les pénaltys, vous les tirez pas du droit? Pourquoi? Parce que je tire mieux du droit.
his mother took him to Rennes, a club known for producing talents. The coaches doubted his strength and discipline, but his skills were undeniable. He was fast, unpredictable, and gifted with balance that made him glide past defenders effortlessly. By 17, he was already too good for the youth level. In 2015, Dembele made his professional debut for Rennes, scoring his first League One goal with confidence that seemed far beyond his years. The French media called him the new Henry, but Ousmane wasn't trying to be anyone else. He was building his own name. The rise at Borussia Dortmund. In 2016, Borussia Dortmund signed him for 15 million euros. It was a risk that turned into gold. Under Thomas Tuchel, Dembele exploded into one of Europe's brightest stars. He terrorized defenders with his pace and dribbling. His partnership with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was deadly, full of creativity and precision. In his debut season, he registered 21 assists and 10 goals across all competitions. That season, Dortmund lifted the DFB Pokal, and Dembele was named Bundesliga Rookie of the Year. Europe's elite began circling, and soon, one of the biggest clubs in the world made their move. The dream turned nightmare, Barcelona. In 2017, Barcelona paid a jaw-dropping 105 million euros to sign Dembele, making him one of the most expensive players in football history. The deal came after Neymar's departure, and Dembele was expected to fill impossible shoes. But fate had other plans. In just his second game, he tore his hamstring. It was the start of a painful cycle. Over the next few years, injuries became his shadow. Every comeback ended in another setback. Critics called him unreliable. The media questioned his discipline, accusing him of lateness and poor habits. Barcelona fans grew frustrated. The same player who had once been unstoppable at Dortmund now seemed lost and fragile. But deep inside, Ousmane never gave up. He kept telling himself, "When I'm back, I'll show them who I am." The rebirth under Xavi. Everything began to change in 2021 when Xavi Hernandez took over as Barcelona's coach. Xavi saw something others had forgotten: Dembele's potential to be great again. He spoke to Ousmane not just as a coach, but as a mentor. He helped him rebuild confidence, discipline, and focus. Dembele started training with a new mindset. He changed his diet, slept early, and surrounded himself with positivity. And it showed. In 2022, Dembele led La Liga in assists, becoming one of Barcelona's most valuable players. The same fans who once doubted him began chanting his name again. Camp Nou rediscovered its joy every time he touched the ball. A new beginning, PSG, and the homecoming. In 2023, Dembele made an emotional move back to France, joining Paris Saint-Germain. Many questioned it, but he saw it as a fresh start, closer to family, culture, and the fans who first believed in him. At PSG, he was reunited with Kylian Mbappe and joined forces with young stars like Warren Zaire-Emery. His speed, vision, and ability to beat defenders became a key weapon in PSG's attack. But more than that, Dembele had matured. He wasn't just playing for highlight reels anymore, he was playing to win. He guided PSG to another League One title and won the Champions League trophy with PSG, the first in the club's history. His performances earned global recognition, finally silencing years of criticism. The ultimate triumph, Ballon d'Or 2025. In 2025, football witnessed one of its most emotional moments. Ousmané Dembele, once written off as injury-prone, stood on stage in Paris holding the Ballon d'Or. Tears filled his eyes as he thanked his family, his coaches, and especially his mother, who had believed in him when no one else did. He became the first French winger to win the award and the sixth Frenchman to win the Ballon d'Or, having won it in 2025. He is the second Frenchman to win the award in the 21st century, after Karim Benzema in 2022. That night, Ousmane said, "I've fallen many times, but each time I stood up stronger." This is for every kid who's been told they won't make it. It wasn't just a personal victory, it was a statement to the world. A symbol of how resilience can rewrite destiny. The national hero. For the French national team, Dembele became a leader. He was no longer the quiet kid who struggled with injuries. He was a role model for the next generation. He played a crucial role in France's campaigns, using his experience to mentor younger talents and showing that skill means nothing without consistency. Fans admired him not only for his dribbles and assists, but for the humility and discipline he now carried. The man behind the player. Off the field, Dembele is reserved. He rarely gives interviews and avoids drama. He married his longtime partner in 2022, and fatherhood brought peace into his life. Friends say he's happiest when spending time with family or joking with teammates. His faith keeps him grounded. He prays regularly and supports charity projects for children in Africa. Behind the fame, he remains the same boy from Vernon, shy, kind, and deeply loyal. Legacy and the road ahead. As of 2025, Ousmane Dembele stands at the peak of world football. The boy who was once labeled fragile has become a symbol of perseverance. From the streets of France to the Ballon d'Or stage, his story is a lesson in never giving up. At 28, Ousmane Dembele is entering the prime of his career, fresh off leading PSG to their first ever Champions League title in 2025. Now he's fully focused on adding more silverware for both Paris Saint-Germain and the French national team. But even if he stopped playing football today, his legacy is already secure. He has inspired millions who once felt broken, proving that failure is not the end, it's the beginning of greatness. Ousmane Dembele's story reminds us that true champions aren't made in comfort. They're forged in struggle, rebuilt in pain, and crowned only when they've conquered themselves. If you enjoyed the story of Ousmane Dembele's rise, fall, and ultimate triumph, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful football documentaries.